Hi my friends, and welcome to our next video in this little series that we're doing at the moment that is all about realizing and feeling within ourselves that life is not something that happens to us, but that we are actually creating our lives every moment, really. And as I see it, we're on our way into a very different way of living as humans on this earth. And some people call it New Earth. Some people call it the Age of the Lily. Some people call it the 1,000 Years of Peace. Whatever it is called, I believe it very much, and this is what I want to share with you on this channel, that we might be moving into a new age, I don't know, but as I go I feel that life is becoming better and better. But at the same time I also know that my inner state of consciousness is really what dictates what I experience. So this is what I want to just practice with you, so to help you where you are, to see that you are not just a tiny little piece of the puzzle that is not important and that you have no power, because you actually have immense power. And as I shared in the last video, you are valuable. And this can sound very strange in our ears, that we are valuable. And why is that? That is because we have grown up with people who did not feel valuable. And throughout thousands and thousands of years, we have been, as humans, in a state of not feeling our inner value. And the religions have had a really important role in the evolution of mankind, although when the ego takes over, as with everything, it can become very ugly and distorted. But in its depth, when all the religions were created throughout time, it was man's attempt to understand life. And people who were religious in a very truthful and loving and holistic way, they were really helped. So people who are religious today and who have really found the truth, the inner truth of that religion, they are helped immensely to feel valuable, because they know that they are sons and daughters of the Creator, and that the Creator is always watching over them, and not to bully them or to criticize them, but because the Creator loves them. So, but as I know from my own country here in Denmark, religion has become a very, it's more or less died out, because, and this in a way is very beautiful, but also is quite sad. But the thing that happened with democracy and with equality, how humans, and that's where we are very much in my country and many places on the earth, we want to see each other as equals. And that is really the Christ consciousness, the message of the Christ, to see everyone as your brother and sister. And because religions, because the religions have created so much of non-love, many people have withdrawn from religion. So, but the sad thing is that we have nowhere to go to pray and thank God or nature or the energy, whatever we want to call it. We have no spiritual practice anymore, and that can make a country and a people very lost, really. And so because we don't have our religion anymore, which gave us this fullness and this safety and this many good things, and also a lot of community. Since we don't have that anymore, we need to have sports, and which can be great too, but we have to do all these other things to try to make up for what we lost. But as I see it, religion probably will continue, but it will be a deeply loving path in each religion. So in Christianity and Judaism and Islam and Buddhism, it will all be Hinduism, all the religions of the earth. People who are very religious will come into the knowing that we are all one, and that their religion, the way they use their religion is to help them become even more loving human beings and more accepting of everyone. And for those of us who can't use a religion, many of us have to find a spiritual practice in order to really live our lives. Because without any type of spirituality, it can be really hard. But some people can do it. So, and there's the whole community thing. There's so much loneliness in the world today. There's so much sickness. There's so much loneliness. There's really every problem that could be is bigger than ever before. Although we have grown and we have evolved so that most people actually want there to be love on earth. They don't want wars anymore. So we have evolved, but there are still immense problems on the earth. So the fact of not having a spiritual practice and the loneliness, that's also something I want to address on this channel and the other channels I have too. But this one and my little Danish channel are the ones I'm most active on. So so I want to share with you the feeling that we are, although we have no religion, we can find a way to have a spiritual practice, and that can look different for everyone. But I just share different ways that you can start to sense that you are beyond your physical being and your physical life, your children or husband, wife, family, whatever you have, friends, your job, the environment around you. Beyond that, there is something very great that you are. So this physical life is only really a tiny fraction of who you are. And when you decide that you want to know this part of you, you are actually starting a spiritual practice. And so that could be just lying down once a day and just focusing in on your spirit or your heart. It could be done in many different ways. You could use prayer, you could light a candle, but the fact that you as a human being choose to realize and you have a yearning, you are longing to understand yourself and know yourself on a deeper level. You don't wish to know yourself beyond the physical. And that's what I want to share. And I also so wish when you know about people who experience loneliness, which I have experienced sometimes in my life, but not a real lot. I usually always had just one person at least I could talk to. But you just so wish that people didn't feel lonely. But I know, as I've learned on my journey, all the suffering we go through is really part of our growth. So we mustn't just try to fix the loneliness. But I do wish on this channel to help you feel that you are not alone, and that we are all one family, no matter which religion we belong to, no matter what country we live in, no matter how rich or poor we are all one family. And I think as you do your spiritual practice, as you do these things I share with you or others share that you can use, you come into the knowing. You get more and more connected to your true self, which is your spiritual self. And in your spiritual self, you know that you are one with everyone and everything. So the idea of being alone is really an illusion, because you are never alone. You are one with all. And as I shared in the last video, you are not only just valuable and important, but you are one with this whole body of existence, of creation. You are a part of it, and you can affect it. That's what's so fascinating. You can affect your own state of being as well as the state of being of the world. So I think this is the most exciting thing that it exists. The fact that we are, in a way, we have been veiled. We were in the all-knowing, as people experience when they die and they enter into heaven, they leave this body. We go into the all-knowing, and all the veils are dropped, and we realize that we are one with God, with everything. But as we are born, we get all these veils onto us that cover all this truth up, because that's the only way we can get to suffer and to go through all these difficult things that we go through in life. But this is the time we're in now, that is the awakening, as I see it, and as many people see it, is the time of the unveiling. So as we do our little spiritual practices every day, do these little things that just help us relax, help us connect to our spirit, the more these veils will just drop. They just drop. And we actually don't have to make so much of an effort. So as I have also shared, this is really all a matter of letting go. Letting go of ideas of who we are in the physical realm. I'm a mother, I'm a teacher, I'm a farmer, whatever. Just let all that drop away, because I am something beyond all that. That is my true being. And in there, when I allow these ideas to drop, all the goodness and all the well-being and all the wholeness and all the joy, it will just come forth. So this period of time is the awakening to the fact that everything we're looking for, and that beautiful life, that healthy body, that really wonderful way of living, and all the wisdom, all the understanding is already here. It's already in us. We have just been veiled. We've had all this covered, that is covering all that truth up. And now all we need to do is just drop these old jackets or coats or all this that has been covering us up. Just let it drop off us, and in a way go into the unknowing. Just don't hold on to anything, and the truth will set you free. The truth will just rise to the surface of your being. It's like it's been pushed down under the ocean, and by something heavy, and you just pull all these heavy things off, and the truth will rise to the surface of the sea, and you will sense how everything is complete. And you have awoken. That's what happens. And you can live your life as many of the YouTube videos, especially in non-duality, living effortlessly. You start to live effortlessly. You realize that to live an amazing, beautiful, wonderful life full of peace and love and joy and this inner richness, it does not come from doing hard work. It actually comes by stopping. It's just stopping all the hard work and letting go. And you've realized that living life joyously, harmoniously, healthily is actually effortless, because you are already all that. So you just welcome all this goodness into your life as you release your grip on everything that you have been holding on to, that you didn't realize, I didn't realize was holding me back. So yeah, and that's where the words of Jesus are so beautiful, that the only way you are going to step into heaven is by becoming like a child. And that is can be an image of that process we're in. Just become like the playful child again, and realize that you immediately step into heaven, and your life becomes heavenly, effortless. So we drop all this seriousness and all this enormous attempt we've had to understand life on the mental plane. So it's really beautiful. But we can use this little image, and maybe we'll do that in our little exercise. So let's go and do our next little exercise of relaxing together. So if you like, you can go and lie down, or you can just stay in your chair. And it's good to remember to keep your back straight, because many of us, especially when you're sitting on a chair, you sort of bend over and your back becomes, can't remember the word. So have this sense that you're actually hanging in a string, so your back is nice and straight. And you might like to just lean onto your chair. And let's just start our diaphragmatic breathing. That is really the basis of all this relaxation and releasing and allowing. And when we focus on this deep, long, slow breaths into our belly, and we do all these exercises, it's really beautiful, because we take all our attention away from everything that could be stressing us. And just bring your attention to your breath. Feel this beautiful experience that you're being given the gift of life every single moment of the day and night, all your life, and it's for free. Just taking in this air all the way into your belly, and allowing your out-breath to be really slow and calm and relaxed. Sensing how when you breathe this way, you are giving your body oxygen in a much more efficient way than we are when we breathe hard and through our mouth. So this beautiful oxygen is coming out into all our cells, into our brain, into our limbs, into our torso, into our skin, into all our inner organs, into our bones. All this oxygen is feeding our body. can sense how in our heart there's this beautiful light shining. It's so soft and so innocent. It is completely innocent, yet completely powerful. And as we breathe, we can bring our attention to our inner body, just a state of feeling the energy of our body. Sense how you can almost sense every cell, these trillions of cells. You can sense their presence. They are a presence also. They are a little individual doing their job in your body. And you can just bring your attention to them all. And we can thank all our cells for keeping us so alive and healthy all our lives. Ever since we were conceived, these cells have been doing their job. Of keeping us alive till this moment today. We can thank all these cells for doing such a wonderful job. And we can sense how they are all happy. They're all thriving in our body. They're all doing their job perfectly. And if we know of any disease or imbalance we have, we can just go to that area and see that all the cells are happy there too. They're doing their job wonderfully. We are not broken. We are not damaged. We are alive and we are present. Just sensing how you feel this inner body, and this is something I use a lot when I'm just doing, I don't need to think very much, just doing my just little things. As much as possible, I focus on my breath, just continuing this slow, deep breath. But also just feeling my body, my inner body, feeling how alive it is. And it's just like all the cells, they love, just like a little child loves attention. We're giving ourselves attention. And we know on our journey we have learnt, you've probably heard this many times and know this, that where attention goes, energy flows. So if I give my attention to my healthy cells that are doing a wonderful job, that's where the energy goes. If I have my attention on what's wrong with me, what's sick, what's not well, and oh my goodness, that's where the energy flows. So we can realize that we have some imbalances, but we can just put them in the hands of God, or just say, I trust that this is okay, and just see ourselves as really healthy and strong and vibrant. And feel how wonderful it is to be in this body. It's good to be in this body. So I'll just be quiet a little while. And you can maybe remember your smile as you lie there, just feeling what a gift to be alive right now and to be in that body that you are in. So calm, so relaxed, feeling so well, so alive. Noticing if there's any tension or places that you might feel sore or heavy. But also noticing maybe some emotions that come up. Maybe there's something that does not feel so nice, some sadness or whatever it could be. You can breathe into it and just give it your love. Tell it all that it's okay. Whatever's happening in you right now is perfect right now. And now we'll do a little inner child work where you go into your heart, deep into yourself, and sense if you can see your inner child. And if you can't see your inner child, you can make an image, or if you don't see, you don't visualize very well, you can use some other images that just feel like a little child. But often if we relax enough, we can see our inner child, and we can imagine how we call our child to us, say, come to me, and let the inner child come into our lap and just hold our inner child. And she might be, or he might be crying, and if this is the case, just tell your inner child that it's okay, and just breathe with your inner child. Just breathe in this feeling of sadness or whatever it might be. Because this is not about removing anything that's there, it's about embracing it. And telling that your inner child that you embrace it exactly as it is. So you are stepping into your adult, your mature self, and you're allowing your inner child, which is very much your emotional self, to be there, and you are showing this inner self that you want to give it attention. And not only attention, but you want to show your inner child that you are there for it and that you embrace it. And if you can go so far, you can say, I love you. You're fine, just as you are. And as you've sat there for a little while, just being with your inner child, allowing this inner child to feel it is so safe with you. And you can even say, I'll be with you the rest of my life, or for eternity. I'll never let you go. I'm here with you. Because living a joyous life that is in harmony, we embrace our inner self, our inner child, that holds all the emotions, all the experiences, and whatever we have not dealt with, our inner child is holding on to. So if we have neglected ourselves emotionally for a long time, usually our inner child is very sad and is longing for our love. So if you want to, you can pause the video and just spend some more time with this. But the next step is to ask your inner child, what would you like to do today? What should we do? What would be really wonderful to do? And your inner child, it's so incredible because your inner child is also your inner wise elder. So your inner child will always guide you to what is actually right for you as a grown-up person. What would be really nourishing and helpful for you to be doing in your life right now. So just allowing your inner child to tell you what she or he would love to do. could be doing something artistic. It could be just going and having a bath. It could be having a nice cup of coffee. It could be anything. Going and talking to someone you haven't talked to for a long time. Whatever it is, just having a rest. Just sense. And if nothing comes up, that's okay. But this is a wonderful exercise to really connect with your own emotional self and the guidance from within that's telling you what would be good for you, what would be nourishing for you, what would be healing for you to do in your daily life. And we just start with today. So just see if there's any message that comes to you that your inner child would like you to be doing today with your child. Breathe into your belly. Keep feeling how your body is so relaxed, so alive, and that love is everywhere. That you have love for your inner child, but the world has love for you. There is love everywhere. So take 3 long deep breaths as we finish off this little exercise. Feeling how your inner child is safe with you. You can keep holding her or him for eternity. There's no distance. It's all one. And feel how the world around you, the angels or whatever you believe, your family, that there is so much love around you and you are being held in love, always. And when, as I said before, where attention goes, energy flows. So when you see yourself as a loved being, that you are being embraced by whoever, by God, by whatever you want to see, I am so loved and I am bathing in love really. There's love all around me. That's where energy flows. So you are creating this state, which is really your natural state. It's really who you really are, is a loved being. But with our mind, we can take our attention away from all the worries we usually, all the things that we usually are putting our attention into, and just with these exercises we bring our attention to something that is really true and wholesome and healing and filled with joy. So we see ourselves as loved and we feel it. And this is what happens. We are loved, we feel loved, also when we finish this exercise. So one long last breath. And I can share a little word I got the other day. This is a day of calm and joyous activity. This is a day of calm and joyous activity. So you can stretch your body, stretch your arms and legs, maybe get up and just go for a little walk, do some shaking, which is really wonderful. Just stand. I use that a lot. That's another little thing we can do next time. Do a bit of shaking. And we're here present in our lives. Open your eyes and just sense how when we do these exercises we really get the feeling that I am so much more than just this physical life, which can seem really big as it is. but I am so much more. And we get to sense how where I bring my attention, this expands. So every time I can remind myself in my daily life, every time my attention is going to something that is really just really a waste of time, a worry, I can just with ease and lightness bring my attention back to something that's really calming, which could just be my breath. I breathe in, I breathe out. But of course, if there's something that's worrying that we need to bring our attention to, we do that, of course. So it's just a matter of letting go of the worry and looking at, okay, what can I do here? How can I change the way I approach this thing in my life? So I need to cough, so I'm going to finish this video and wish you a day full of calm and joyous activity. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my friend.